Welcome to the lesson on calculating unit rate using tables and graphs. Just a reminder that a unit rate is a rate with a denominator of 1. So 90 miles in 5 hours is a rate. 18 miles in 1 hour is a unit rate, and it's a unit rate because it's over 1. Okay, finding a rate from a table. The table shows the amount of money you can raise by walking for a charity. Find the unit rate in dollars per mile. So that means that we're going to divide dollars divide by miles. Dollars divide by miles. And we're going to do that for each of these. So my dollars is 24 divide by 2, and I get 12. The next one, the dollars is 48 divide by 4, and we get 12. Do we see a pattern? 72 divide by 6, and we get 12. 96 divide by 8, and we get 12. So the unit rate in dollars per mile is $12 per mile. The table shows the distance that an International Space Station travels while orbiting the Earth. Find the unit rate in miles per second. So in this first one right here, I have 14.4 divide 3. Well, I don't know what that is, so I'm going to get out my calculator. And I get 4.8. Let's try the next one. 28.8 divide 6. Oh, and I get 4.8. I'm going to guess the rest of the table is going to be the same. So our unit rate in miles per second is 4.8 miles per second. Amanda is having a party. She'll have 2 tables for every 10 guests. Complete the table showing the number of tables and the number of guests. So, in this first one right here, if I have 10 guests and 2 tables, that means my unit rate is 5 guests, G-U-E-S-T-S, per table. So here we're going to times 5. So what times, 3 times 5 equals what? We're going to times by 5. So this will be 15. And then what times 5 gives me 25? Well, that would be 5. 9 times 5 gives me 45. And what times 5 gives me 50? And that would be 10. So we just had to fill in the blanks there. Okay, for part A and B, choose the correct description. A local store is keeping track of the service times. The table below shows the number of customers and the time it took. So in this first one, it's 8 minutes for 2 customers. So that means it would be 4, I don't want to write it there. That would be 4 minutes per customer. This would be a rate of 4 minutes per customer. Then the next one is 15 minutes for 5 customers. So that means it would be 15 divided by 5 gives me 3. And then 18 minutes for 6 customers. 18 divided by 6 is 3 as well. So no, it does not always take the same amount of time. So I'm going to say no there. So since that one's no, I'm not going to skip the next problem. Customers of a certain credit card earn points for using the card. The table below shows the number of points earned. 30 points for $3, so that makes it 30 divided by 3 gives me 10 points per dollar, so that's a rate of 10 points per dollar. 50 divided by 5, again that's 10 points per dollar. 90 divided by 9 gives me 10 points per dollar. Each dollar does not always, nope, it does. Each dollar spent appears to earn the same amount, it does. So predict if it was for 100. Oops, so if that's 100, what's that right there? Well, since we were timesing by 10, 10 times what gives me 10, and that would be 10. I'm sorry, 10 times what gives me 100, and that would be 10. Okay, so this one can be a little bit confusing. And I think it's like down here off the page, so I think we're going to have to make this be a little bit smaller. There we go. Jim buys cheese from a local farmer's market. The graph below shows the cheese cost in cents versus its weight in ounces. Use the graph to answer the question. Okay, part A, what is the cost of buying no cheese? So no cheese is $0, so it would just be 0. What is the cost of buying 1 ounce? So there's 1, so 1 goes up right there, and that would be 18. I'm going to use this link right here. Going up to 1, and that gives us at 18. So it would be 18 cents for 1 ounce. And how much does it increase for each ounce? Well, let's go up to 2. 2 is 36. Let's go up to 3. 3 is 54. So it goes from 0 to 18 to 36 to 54. So that means it's going up 18 cents per ounce. The unit rate is 18 cents per ounce, which is also a lot of times called our rate of change. The unit rate is also our rate of change. So it changes at a rate of 18 cents per ounce. Part D. Are the amounts given in Part B and C equal? Yes, they are. And they are equal because the line passes through 0, 0. I'm just going to tell you that answer. The line passes through 0, 0, which makes this a linear equation, and it makes it proportional because it starts at 0, 0, and it's going up the same rate of change. In conclusion, a unit rate is a rate with a denominator of 1. This is supposed to say of 1. And a unit rate makes it easier to compare. That's the end of the lesson. Thanks for watching.